Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated.
In a 2-minute video dropped Wednesday night, Tucker Carlson broke his silence. All he did was suggest that the one-party deep state is somehow silencing him because he's tackling the biggest topics of our time. But according to the higher-ups at Fox News, that is not why he was fired. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence. What was the breaking point that led leadership at Fox News to cancel Tucker Carlson? Well, according to the New York Times, on the eve of the Dominion voting system's defamation trial against Fox News, the network's board of directors and the executives finally learned what was in Tucker Carlson's texts and direct messages that would ultimately be used in evidence at trial. And that's what sparked a crisis that led to the settlement. Now, these weren't ordinary text messages. Private messages sent by Mr. Carlson that had been redacted in legal filings showed him making highly offensive and crude remarks that went beyond the inflammatory, often racist comments of his primetime show and anything disclosed in the lead up to trial. The discovery added pressure on the Fox leadership as it sought to find a way to avoid a trial where Mr. Carlson, not to mention so many others at the network, would be questioned about the contents of the private messages they exchanged in the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election. 2 days after learning about Carlson's messages, Fox settled with Dominion for $787.5 million. And you know what? It kind of makes sense about why Fox News finally caved. Think about it. Tucker's messages were said to be far more offensive than the regular racist and sexist rhetoric that he spewed on his show. The trial was in Delaware, which is a strongly Democratic state that has often given, Democrats double-digit wins since 2008? Also, the demographic of the jury was definitely not of the Fox News persuasion. The jury is 6 men and 6 women. 7 members of the jury are black and 5 are white or Hispanic. Also selected were 12 alternates, including 6 men and 6 women. 5 of the alternates are black and 7 are white or Hispanic. So we've got presumably extremely racist and extremely sexist text messages that will not be redacted before a jury of a non-Fox News demographic in a very blue state. Yeah, I can very much see why Fox would have come to the table at the last minute to settle, and also why Fox execs may feel that Carlson's text message cost them the Dominion voting case, which is why he got axed. Company executives have indicated that a variety of factors fed into the decision to fire Mr. Carlson after Fox stood by him for years as he drew protests and advertiser boycotts for trafficking in conspiracy theories and narratives of white grievance. But they acknowledged that the discovery of what was in the redacted text messages was an important factor in his ultimate dismissal. Now Smartmatic will be on the receiving end of these shocking Tucker text messages. The software company is set to receive more documents from Fox News in its New York $2.7 billion defamation trial. And with the Dominion voting case, this isn't in the bag either. Smartmatic may struggle to prove that it lost billions, but wouldn't have but for Fox News and its friends. Do you think that Smartmatic can actually prove those damages? Fox doesn't, and I don't really either. But you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.